Okay.
We'll have Coach Boyle do an opening statement, and we'll open it up for questions.
Well, you get a win at home by over 20 points, 22-point margin. It's a good win for you, I think. I thought in the second half we really exerted ourselves. Our defense and rebounding really kind of took the game over a little bit, and we had a stretch in the first half where we created some offense. We got a little bit of spurt with our defense, and I thought we did that on a more consistent basis in the second half, which was good. But we still have some areas we have to improve upon. We know that. Obviously, turnovers is one of them. We had 18 tonight, but the good news is we had 19 assists, and I think you got to build on the positive things, but you got to address the ones that are going to end up biting you, and turnovers is one of those issues.
Did you make any adjustments defensively at halftime, or was it just kind of challenging guys?
Well, more challenging our guys to play with effort, be alert away from the ball, get out in passing lanes. We obviously still want to guard the three-point line. They shot 53% in the first half from three. They shot 21% in the second half. And again, that was kind of like the Auburn game. Auburn came out, made some threes. Now, we knew going into this game these guys could shoot. And Auburn had one guy that kind of got hot and got going. But being alert away from the ball is something we talked about at halftime, being aggressive in the passing lanes and trying to create offense with our defense. We were pressing after turnover or after free throws, which caused some turnovers, and I thought that was very effective for us. But just being more aggressive.
Coach, you knew that Josh Fortune was going to be able to score the ball for you. But 14 rebounds. Were you expecting that out of him?
No, and that's something I've really challenged our wings, especially George, Trayshawn, and Josh, is we've got to become better rebounders and help Wesley and Josh and Torrey in there. And I thought Josh Fortune defensively was a beast tonight. 11 defensive boards. I mean, that's fantastic. And anytime one of your wings can get 14 rebounds, that's great effort. So that's an area where we have made some strides, and we want to continue to do that. But at halftime, again, we were only up 2 on the board. So that's got to be a 40-minute thing. Can't be a 20-minute thing. It was a 20-minute thing against Auburn. It was a 20-minute thing tonight. It's got to be a 40-minute thing.
How much of a boost has it been just the way George King and Josh Fortune have come off their redshirt seasons to getting the start they've had?
Well, we knew that with Askia graduating and losing 17 points a game out of our lineup, that we were going to need to have that gap filled. And it wasn't going to be one guy necessarily, but both those guys are capable scorers. They're capable defenders. They're capable rebounders. And so I knew coming into this year that this team was going to be a better team than last year in terms of our balance, in terms of our depth, in terms of our inside-out play. So I think that's something that we feel good about, and I think those guys need to be good for us to be good. And I thought again, the 3 guys, Trayshawn, George, and Josh Fortune, kind of a 3-headed monster at the wing there that we're going to need to have play well for us.
Coach, with those 3, is it kind of a feel thing who will start, or are you looking to?
Right now it's a rotation thing, quite frankly, until either something kind of shakes out or but I think on Sunday I'm planning on starting Trayshawn and Josh Fortune. And, so every third game, a guy will come off the bench. You look at the Iowa State game, George King played great coming off the bench. You look at the Auburn game, Josh Fortune played great coming off the bench. You look at tonight, Trayshawn Fletcher played great coming off the bench. So it's not about who starts. They're all going to play. They're all important to us. They're going to be in the rotation. The minutes won't necessarily change. They'll change on a night-to-night basis based on how they're playing, but not based on who starts.
Coach, we talked yesterday about the execution. Do you think the execution took a step forwards today?
Well, I think at times it did. I think it's still a certain area that we have to get better at. We have to become a better screening team. When I look at 19 assists, I like that number. That's, we've been in the 12, 13, 14 area, and sometimes even lower than that last year for sure. But this year, if that assist number is in that 15 to 20 range, you're doing something good. And on great nights, it'll be above 20. So still have some room for improvement there in terms of making plays for each other and for your teammates, something we got to continue to get better at.
How good can this team be with all three of those guys you talked about going at the same time?
Well, this team can be great, but it's going to be more than those three guys. This team needs an inside presence, which we have in Josh Scott and Wes Gordon and Torrey Miller. But we've got a good outside presence in those three guys, Dom Collier, Thomas, and Xavier Talton, at the point there and combo guard area. So this team, what's going to make us great is playing together and playing for each other and with each other, not one guy going off on a certain night. And our goal when we have the ball is we want to get a great shot for our team every single time, and we want to play inside out. And if we do that, this team can be great. And if we commit to defending and rebounding for 40 minutes, we can be great. This team's upside is as high as, I think of any team we've had, quite frankly. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to, we've still got a lot of room for improvement.
How do you analyze point guard play of your team so far through 3 games?
Adequate, good at times. Other times, I think we need to be more vocal, get our team into a play. It's been good. It hasn't been great. I think Dom's had some moments where he's really played well. I thought he had some really, really good plays against Auburn. Tonight wasn't one of his better nights, but it's been solid, and we need it to be solid. But I think it can be better than it's been, and I think you're going to see that, with especially Dom and Thomas because, they're both young. One's a sophomore, one's a freshman. They're going to see a learning curve happen with those guys, and I think as the season goes on, you'll see them both get better and better.
Is this team developing a little faster than you could foresee, or is it not on pace?
I don't know. I don't. Every year's a new year. I don't put a. It's hard for me. Everybody says, what are your expectations? What are your goals? Well, look, we want to play in postseason. That's what we want to do. That's our goal. But I don't. In terms of where should we be on this certain date, I don't know. Every team's different, and I know this. What we need to do tomorrow is we need to get better. Now, tomorrow it's a short turnaround. We got a game on Sunday at 1. So tomorrow, physically, we may not get better, but we better get better mentally. We better get better emotionally. We better figure out, what it is that we need to do a better job of. And then Sunday afternoon, we got to come out and show strides in those areas. So I don't know where we are in terms of expectation level because I really don't have one.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
Didn't get to talk to you after the
Yep.
Auburn game. I wasn't on that trip, but it struck me what happened in the first half, going down 15, and then coming back the way the team did.
Yeah.
That I got the message watching. This is an entirely different team than last year's team.
There's no question this is an entirely different team than last year, and I think it's entirely different than any year that we've been here. So I think that what made that win so good was the fact that we were down, our backs were against the wall, and we answered the bell. You learn a lot about yourself through adversity, but you also learn about yourself through success. And now that we've had a little bit of success, I'm not sure this team is going to be the team that understands how to handle success. I do think it's a team that's going to fight and scratch and claw every night in terms of their effort. But we got to learn how to handle success and handle games like this. Great example is George King gets a great tip dunk, dunks it, celebrates to the crowd. His guy hits a 3 the next time down. We got to handle success better than we handle success. That's just one example. I'm not picking on George because he's a really coachable guy. But those are the things that we've got to handle better.
Did you see a little of that not being able to handle success during that defensive lull in the first half when they came back?
Yeah, a little bit, and more so even when we were playing good, and but we'd missed some shots, and there was some things going on. We've got to understand that we're playing for each other and with each other, and if we can understand that and take that to heart, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.